Assalamualaikum my dear fellows. I'm Laba Ali, student of grade 8A. I'm here for conducting an interview for my contest SOPS Declamation Contest. Here is my guest of honor. Let's move towards him. Assalamualaikum sir. Can you please say something about yourself?
Why not? Why not? I'm an anchor person, a television host, media personality, and by profession a journalist, and something of a lawyer myself. Actually, I've been working on law for a long time. Actually, it's been 10 long years, and I'm a teacher, and so many other work. I'm actually working on that. So I'm actually introduce myself as a journalist.
So my question is to you is that what are the key factors which can play a vital role to improve the Pakistan's economy?
Alright, actually we have so many problems. We have been in a very critical situation, but we need to actually work on literacy. This is the very first thing which is missing in our economy. We need to actually educate people. We need to strengthen the SMEs, small medium enterprises. We need to actually empower the lower middle class and middle class so we can get our desired results actually. And there are so many other factors we need to actually see into it. And secondly, our justice system, which is very critical, and I must say that people are actually criticizing on our justice system, which is very true. People all over the world have a very unique justice system, a speedy justice system, which actually helps a lot to boost your economy. And third of all, corruption is a very important factor. We need to actually eradicate corruption to our system, to our society, which is actually spoiling our economy. So by and large, we need to actually work on these three areas to get our desired results, so we can actually get our results right.
So what do you think? That is Pakistan's economy stable?
Not at all actually. We have to actually work on it. We don't have such policies which concludes our economy stable. We are actually a borrowed economy, import-oriented economy. That's why we are not stable at all. Yes, we can resolve this issue. We need to work on our exports and a right economic direction, which helps a lot actually to get our desired result. A stable economy is a really tough ask in these days, modern era, where you can see that a recession is spoiling the world a lot. And in bigger markets and huge economies, inflation is a very important factor which is spoiling continued growth and stability. Speaking of Pakistan economy, we have so many issues. Like I said, that we are import-oriented economy. We need to actually reduce the size of the imports, to reduce the gap between imports and exports, so we can actually get this stable economic policy. So we are actually working on that. And since corruption is a very important thing, we need to, as I said earlier, that we need to actually eradicate the corruption, which is actually a cancer for the society and for the system. So we are actually working on that. This particular government is very keen to resolve this issue to achieve stable economic growth. We don't have a stable economic policy. Yes, we can get.
Now, I would like to ask you that how will reducing interest rate help our economy?
It will definitely help our economy. You see, interest or riba, we may say, is illegitimate in our Islamic society, in Islam. A reason, it actually spoils the whole economy. Quran Kareem says that riba is bad for your economy, for your society, and for your country. And the great Almighty Allah has declared a war against that person who deals with the interest rate. So interest, you see, in modern economy, a huge economy, when we talk about America and China, bigger countries, they have a huge infrastructure. They have hardly 0.1%, 1.2% interest rate. Why? Because they understand that increasing interest rate will spoil their borrowing. And when people don't borrow, actually, the real economy does not actually grow. So this is the actually problem. Why we are actually having to face so many problems, because our interest rate is higher than any other country in this region. We are actually in a double digit at the moment, and that's why The credit offtake, people are actually not taking loan, they are not expanding their businesses. This is the reason why we are actually not growing. The real economy needs a lower interest rate, lower inflation number, so people actually can borrow from the bank and from some private entities, so they actually grow their businesses, and eventually your market gets expand. So this is actually, we need to work on that. We've been working very hard to understand the importance of lower interest rate. So yes, it is very important in such time where we are actually having a recession, so many other economic challenges and financial constraints. We need to actually work on a lower interest rate. That is very important. Yes.
So, what are your thoughts upon, is Pakistan an underdeveloped country or a developing country?
Pakistan indeed an underdeveloped country. Why? Because we have so many financial problems, we have so many crises, we have so many economical situations, I must say, and we are not a completely an educated society. You see, this is the actually problem. I believe, I reckon that we need to actually work on that. Since we are not have so many educated people, so many, the society is not educated, we can't actually get the desired result. That's what I have to say. Yes, we are working on that. We can actually grow. Until and unless, we need to work on our education system. We need to educate more people. That's why you see, you have already seen that people are suffering from polio diseases and so many other viruses. Why? Because they are unaware. They don't really know the importance of that. That if they get their children vaccinated, they will, eradicate the polio and so many other problems. You see, the lack of education is a real barrier. This is actually creating the real problem. We need to actually work on that. We need to resolve this issue. We need to actually spend a huge amount of budget on that. We actually borrow from IMF, from other, financial entities, just to spend on our health and education. But unfortunately, we need to actually spend more money than infrastructure development and any other projects to health and education, to the really, the human capital. We need to actually develop human capital. So this is actually the problem, that we are not educated people. We are not working on that. So we are still underdeveloped country. We have potential, as you already know, that we people, we Pakistani people are the sixth largest population base in the world. And until and unless we are not working on our education system, we are not, letting our people educate, we won't get desired results. That's the problem that we are having to face. We are indeed an underdeveloped country.
So you mean, for developing the country,
yes,
we need to focus on the
education system. Absolutely, absolutely. You have so many examples right there. Like you have in our region, Vietnamese economy is the most advanced country at the moment, and you already know that Vietnam has gone through a very critical situation since last 70s or 75. After 75, after American war, American invasion, they had to really work on that. They need to rebuild their society. So what they actually did, they worked on their society to develop their society and to boost their economy. They educated their people. They worked on that. They resolved their health issue.
One last word.
Yes.
Anything. Where do you see Pakistan after 10 years?
I'm actually an optimistic person. You see, I see the light end of the tunnel. I always see. Why? Because we have a huge human capital here in this part of the world. We need, as actually already told you, that we need to actually work on our literacy, to educate our people, to work on their health, and then we'll get our desired result. It will take some time, definitely, but not in 10 years or 20 years. It will take maybe more than 20, 25 years. But at least we are working on that. Since our people...
Lastly, I want to ask you that, do you have any message for our youth?
Yes, I have a very special message for our youth. They actually need to work on their skills. That is very important. People all over the world are working on their skill set. Now it's time. It is a high time actually. We need to understand. We need to work on our skill sets. We need to get aware. We need to get in touch with the technology, and that is very important. And indulge yourselves. I must say that this is actually the problem is lacking right now. that we need to actually indulge ourselves into the healthy activity. That is very important, right? That's very important today.
Sure.
Time is, just running out. We have so many challenges. We need to actually work on that. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. You have just given me your precious time.
Pleasure is all mine.
Thank you, everyone, for watching me. I'm Laibali, signing out for the office.